So I said, like, thank you very much, David, and it's been really wonderful. I see myself mesmerized, and the words are really wonderful. So the floor is open for questions, but before that, I would like to ask Raquel Gonzalez if she would like to add something to it before we start the question answer session.
Well, no, not really. I think everything was crystal clear. It was a good overview of Spanish, especially within the US. So for me, no problem.
Okay, so there's a question from Yugi. Yugi would like to know about Canada. Does Canada also have Spanish-speaking places? Not to my knowledge. Canada is a very multilingual place. French is spoken by close to 20% of the people there as their native language, and the official language of one of the Canadian provinces, Quebec, is French. There's a large Chinese community. There's a large Indian community. They have Sardaji, Sikhs in the government. So you can probably do really well with Punjabi or Hindi in a lot of Canada. But no, there hasn't been as much migration from Latin America into Canada, but there's a tremendous amount in the US.
Wonderful. And I think I would like to add something from my side because US is a business hub and it's attracting the biggest corporations of the world, be it South Americans. Mr. Carlos Slim, who is the richest man, I don't know if he is right now or not, but he is the richest man of the world. He lives in the US, and a lot of multinational corporations are in the US, and they are looking at the Latin America and Spain as a biggest markets, So there is bilateral relationships between US and the Hispanic world. So the job opportunities, if we talk about the cultural relationships, are huge. Work opportunities, if Yugi would wanted to know about Canada in terms of migration or business opportunities. So I believe US is the number one, but then US companies are coming to India also giving us the opportunity, and that too working in Spanish. Canada is again having a good lately I have seen that a huge Mexican population is going to Canada, and Spanish is being very popular there also, like in any other country of the world, in India too. I don't know, Maria Jose, I believe she wanted to add something.
Yeah, I would like to mention that, it's another big enterprise, which is, joining, the Spanish community, which everyone knows, which is Amazon. Bezos, which is the owner, is originally Spanish. Yeah, that means that there are many places which are showing that, it's a very good combination. The English and the Spanish again, and the US in the USA. Then, thank you, David.
Thank you very much, Maria Jose. And the motive of these webinar series, we are doing a series of webinars continuously. We'll be doing it like every fortnight and sometimes thrice a month also. The final objective, the sole objective of these webinars are to invite important experts to talk about the Hispanic culture and language, because we want to promote Spanish language in India and culture too. Yes, David.
There's a question from Ajay, and I wanted to address this. He's asking, what is the chance of teaching English to Spanish people is there a long-term career? The answer is absolutely. If you're in teaching, you have a tremendous door open to you if you have your teacher's certificate and you speak Spanish and English. There is a lot, as I said, in so many of these regions, Spanish is heavily spoken. So you have two kinds of programs, even in the primary grades. You have schools that make sure all their students learn both languages. Some of the classes are taught in English, some are taught in Spanish. That's a little less common. And then they have more common, what they call ESL, English as a second language. And there are many children who come from Spanish-speaking homes, and they come to school and their English is not good. So America needs a lot of teachers who are fluent in English and Spanish and can help these young Spanish-speaking kids learn the majority language of English. Great opportunity.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And above all, in India too, I have seen a lot many people with knowledge of Spanish, well placed in the industry. You know, from IBM, Accenture, TCS, that is Tata Consultancy Services, then the embassies, then the travel and hospitality sector. So if you know this language, the doors are wide open for everybody. You know, so this is one of the language which should be promoted, and we are trying to do it with the help of some of our friends in Spain and United States, like David.